So today, these boxes came, and those are the new Cree lights that Obsessed Garage is going to be adding to their store but hasn't yet. So in my garage right now, I have these, they're Braun lights from Harbor Freight. It's like a 5,000 lumens. There's a single 4-footer over there, 4-footer here, and then over here I have like 2 4s and then another 4 and then 2 more 4s. There's a bunch. So what I'm planning to do here, and I've ordered all of the lights to do so, I'm going to do a 12-foot section where that first one is. I'm going to do a 12-foot section where the second one is. I'm going to do a 16-foot section where these two currently are. And I'm going to do a 12-foot section where these two currently are, and the vertical or horizontal ones will go away. Now, obviously, I've been painting and doing some stuff in preparation for this, so I'm not quite ready yet, but they came today. But I'm going to get them unboxed. I'm going to talk about my first impressions because I've never touched these things before. So these are Cree LS4 and LS8 fixtures. In order to do the two 12-foot sections, I've got an 8 and a 4 and an 8 and a 4. Here I'm going to have 2 8s, and then over there I'm going to have an 8 and a 4. So I should have 3 4s and 5 8s here. And these are going to be powered with the Lutron Vive and the Lutron Pico. I received my Picos already, but my Vives are not here yet, and those aren't going to be here until probably August. So I'm not going to be able to dim these for a while, is basically what that means. I'm going to have to run them at full brightness, or I'll have to find a dimmer elsewhere. The way that these dim is they use 0 to 10 volt dimmer. So usually when you're talking about a light, that you're dimming in your living room or wherever it may be, you've got a switch on the wall, and that switch has a dimmer, which means that it just provides a little bit more or a little bit less power to the light. With LEDs, that's a little bit different. So what we're doing with these is we're providing them power, which turns them on, and then we're using a low voltage dimming circuit to control the brightness of the actual lights. So let's see what we have in here. There's a bunch in here. So these lights actually come as 2 sections. So there is a light engine, which is the bulb itself. That's what these short brown boxes are. And then there is a light base, which is the assembly. Okay? So that's what these longer or larger brown boxes are. So let's unbox a 4-footer. And I'll just show you what it looks like to unbox that. The 8 it's the same light, it's just 2 different lengths. So these are a LS8 or LS4. This is an LS-HS 4 60L UL10V. And then the light engine determines the CRI and the brightness. So here's the actual unit itself and what that looks like when it comes out of the box. And then the light engine, which is what's in here, is the actual unit with the bulbs, or bulb bucket. So this is a 90 CRI, 6,000 lumen, 5,000K light. So this is an LS-LE-4-60L-950-Q. So that is the light engine. There's a couple more parts in this box here as well. So we'll just kind of set these here off to the side, and we'll just kind of take a look at one of them. So, in preparation for this, what I did was I ran 14-2 and 18-2. The 18-2 is like a bell wire, and the 14-2 is 14 gauge normal light wire that you would use, Romex, in the attic. So there's a junction box up at the top of my attic stairwell access. That junction box is fed by the switch on the wall. And then there are individual runs of 14-2 and 18-2 that go to each light row. So basically what I'll have is the ability to control row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, all independently. And that way later on, if I want to add more dimmers, or I want to adjust the circuits, or I want to put things together, I can do that. So when we're looking at the fixture itself, this is the base. This has mounting holes like you would expect. And then on the end, there are knockouts to bring power in. So you can actually mount your controller right here on the end, or you can bring power in right on the end. There are also these covers that can go in on the end to block that if you're not doing it that way. Now for me, my power is going to come from the top because I'm coming through the drywall into the back of the light. So if we look here, on this end, I have a connector, which is connecting to the light engine. And then on this end, I have power, hot and neutral. I have a ground wire, and then I have 0 to 10 volt dimming circuits. So this is going to connect to my dimmer wires. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be feeding this a hot and a neutral, just normal power, and then these are going to get my dimming, which is going to allow the unit to turn on or turn off as appropriate. When I'm done wiring up this end, this light engine will mount here and plug in to this, like this 2-pin connector that's here. So we could potentially do is we can plug this in and we can light it up. Well, don't try this at home, kids. So there it is. And it's pretty friggin' bright, not gonna lie. I really like the dispersion pattern, the fact that it's not just an open bulb. I think it's gonna be really great to work under. So, we'll work on getting the other ones unboxed and getting the first row hung. And I'll try to show some of those steps along the way here.